living proof. You could be whatever. Never wanted fame, I wanted racks. So always wanted cheddar. You could try to do my swag, but I'ma always do it better. Never let them tell you never. I've been so locked in, I'm on the could do this for.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Romeo the Great, and today I'm about to react to one more video. This is my third video of the day. This one is called Why Everyone Hates Burna Boy. So if you haven't, you better get some snacks, subscribe, do your thing, and let's get right into this. I appreciate y'all.
Shows up mad late, and then he's just been very disrespectful towards fans. He kicked the fan out for sleeping. He said that he doesn't want poor people buying his tickets. The incident with the married woman who rejected him because he was married, and so he assaulted her husband. He's just very arrogant. He thinks that, his stuff does not stink and that, he can do whatever he wants. And now he's finding out, yes, you can do whatever you want, but we can also, and we cannot support.
You can do whatever you can do whatever you want, but remember, you're gonna get them consequences. They will come.
Support you. We cannot support you, and you're gonna have to cancel more tour dates, or you're gonna have to go to smaller venues. And again, like I said in my last video, sometimes when you really like an artist and they're actually a good person, you feel bad when their tickets aren't selling. But for you, it's kind of a key.
When Burna Boy first emerged in the early 2010s, he felt like a spark in a growing wave of Nigerian talent reshaping global music. Artists like Wizkid, Davido, Tiwa Savage, and later Rema and Thames were already opening international doors, but Burna brought a gritty fusion of Afrobeats, dancehall, and a reggae powerhouse storytelling that made him impossible to ignore. But over the years, Burna Boy has built a reputation not just for being a global superstar, but for being unapologetically rude, dismissive, and sometimes outright hostile toward the very fans who helped elevate him. And while it would take hours to unpack every misstep, today we're looking at some of the most troubling moments that show a pattern, not isolated mistakes, but a consistent attitude problem that has rubbed fans in Nigeria, the United States, and across the diaspora the wrong way. When the Coachella lineup dropped in January 2019, Burna Boy was featured alongside headliners and global heavyweights like Childish Gambino, Tame Impala, and Ariana Grande.
Yeah, he was
Instead of
really
celebrating
huge.
the moment, he took to social media to complain that his name wasn't printed big enough, calling himself an African giant and demanding the organizers fix it. Burna Boy said,
Coachella, I really appreciate you, but I don't appreciate the way my name is written so small in your bill. I am an African giant and will not be reduced to whatever that Chinese writing means. Fix things quick, please. He went on to say that I represent a whole generation of solid African creators going global, not the soft, low self-esteem Africans with the slave mentality. I would grant in interviews
He's tripping. Regardless, you got a big opportunity. You shouldn't even took it that way.
soon to make myself understood. Nothing I say comes from a place of pride or any sense of entitlement. It comes from my vision of the future of Africa, not just African music.
Instead of appreciating the global platform, he made it about hierarchy and optics, which was an early red flag that Burna cared less about the achievement and more about being treated like royalty before he even earned that level of worldwide recognition. During a show that same year, September 2019, Burna Boy targeted a fan who wasn't dancing. He paused the entire performance and refunded the man's ticket on stage and told him to leave.
Let's go. Go. Let's get this guy out of this place, please. The guys are telling me. This guy too, you in green. Why are you here? I know you. Why are you here? Because of you. Okay, excused.
He's literally saying, why are you here? I'm here because I'm came to support you. Now you look stupid.
Security, carry this guy come up from my front. You can go to the back though. You can't stay in the front. The front is strictly for my normal die-hard Burna Boy part. Everyone has been working with me. Everyone that understands what the fuck I'm doing this for. Everyone that has seen my sorrow, my sweat, my blood, my tears, that I put into this music, that I have performance. I do this shit for you from the bottom of my heart. I don't come here to play. So if you want to come and do a fashion show, you want to stand and look at me, go to the fucking church. You understand? So my brother, please, I know your face is not.
He said, if you came here to pray, go to church.
Encouraging me.
It's always weird to me when an artist tries to blame the fan or the audience for lacking energy or for not being as enthused by their performance as the artist would like them to be. Because if a person or the crowd is giving you absolutely nothing, more times than not, then that clearly reflects how poor of a job you're doing to entertain them. In July 2022, in a $1 million worth of game interview, Burna Boy told Gillian Wallow that I was never proud of being a Nigerian. I never cared about anything related to them.
And just being in a place where I wanted to forget I was even Nigerian. You understand? Like I wouldn't even.
Why did that come about? Did
It's unique. Bro, to be honest, I wasn't proud to be Nigerian.
You want to be just an American black guy. And that you will never be that. I don't understand why you can't embrace your culture.
Bro. Why? It wasn't really a proud thing to be at the time. Yes. You feel me? Like, and that's the truth. It wasn't really a proud. It's coming from being in the UK and stuff at the time. It wasn't really the proudest thing to be because, like, they just always used to clown us and try to, with the apps and, all them things there. So, yeah, I wasn't really proud. I didn't care about anything Nigerian like that at the time.
This comment was shocking because over the years, he has built an entire brand on Nigerian identity and Afrofusion culture, but casually dismissing your own culture and identity, especially as an artist who profits from selling that same identity, felt hypocritical. Though this experience could be attributed to his time in London, where being African probably was not as celebrated.
It could be. He could be saying, like, I grew up poor, I don't want to talk about where I'm from, but at the same time, you should embrace that. Like, your people got you where you are. Your people got you very far.
As probably other cultures and ethnic groups were there, but his comments still painted him as a deeply conflicted and somewhat ashamed of the roots he constantly markets in his music. At his Lagos concert in January 2023, Burna Boy showed up extremely late, hours past the announced start time, and when his frustrated fans started booing him, he took the mic and essentially told them that God will punish them for their impatience.
But I dare you to know. After I don't talk, say I keep person for Cubana. After I don't talk, say my mama dance for Bella. After I don't, no wala.
Seems like we made the wrong man rich.
I still love you now. Why I dare you? So if you like, don't love me. Now God will punish you. Tell me what you see when you look at
me. Imagine disrespecting your home audience, showing up hours late, and then lecturing the people who waited for you. This situation further solidified the idea that Burna Boy doesn't actually value his Nigerian fans unless they're praising him. In another concert in his Love Damini tour in 2023, Burna Boy kicked an over-enthusiastic fan who tried climbing on stage. Some people defended him for protecting his space, but many felt that it was an unnecessarily aggressive reaction, especially after being 6 hours late to his show. In March 2023, when activist Shaka Bars asked Burna Boy, why is it important that the diaspora come home? Burna Boy's response implied that many Black Americans were disconnected from African identity. The comments blew up, with people accusing him of being dismissive and condescending.
And I want to ask you, why is it important that the diaspora come home?
You know why? Okay, let's use America for example, right? Because we can use anywhere.
Yeah.
But let's just use America, right? Why do you think the Chinese American, has their respect and they don't go through the things that African Americans go through? Even though they might go through their struggles, I'm not taking anything away from them.
Because they have different opportunities. Like, what is he talking about right now?
But they don't go for what the African American goes through. You know why? Because the Chinese American has a base.
You weren't even born in America. He's talking about people that he don't even know.
He actually knows where he's from in China.
Right. And they have support from the Chinese government.
You understand? Like the Italian American.
They have Italy.
They know where their grandparents came from in Italy.
Burna Boy later took to Instagram to further express himself and clarify his initial comments by saying,
"It's sad to see that in 2023, there's still such Black people who would prefer we stay divided and conquered. Maybe it's my accent or something, but I never said you are African and not American. I also did not say Africa is part of heaven. You deserve all the land and reparations you want from America, and I'm 100% in support of that."
He literally said, just because I know where I'm from, I'm better than anybody else or everybody else. That's not fair. A lot of Americans, African Americans, were misplaced. We don't know where we were from. Our grandmothers were slaves, and you're just trying to say, oh, just because we don't know where we're from, we don't have an identity, which doesn't make sense to me, but this is who y'all support.
All I've ever done is try to make you understand that you have Africa too that loves you, and I believe coming together as brothers and sisters is the only way forward for us Black people worldwide. You work against the progress of our people worldwide if your goal is to keep us divided.
A few months later, Burna Boy once again tried cleaning his comments up that got him in hot water in a Complex 360 with Speedy interview, saying his mission is to build a bridge. When asked to elaborate on his comments, in which Burna Boy seemed to allude to Black Americans not having any culture,
he was saying
Burna Boy said,
"At the end of the day, I'm still going to do my job. I'm still going to do what my mission is, and my mission is to bring us together, you know what I mean? My mission is a bridge, to build a bridge that can't be broken, a bridge that should always have been there. Everyone has their own agendas. Show me the part where I said that. That's all I need. If someone can just show me that part, there's nothing I said that Malcolm X didn't say. There's nothing I said that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan didn't say. You know what I mean? But obviously it's Burna Boy saying it, and he's from Africa. It fits the agenda for your little group or whatever. All that's beneath me. My mission and my movement is too divine for stupid ish like that. That is just always gonna come. People are really, really dumb.
There is a respectful way to discuss diaspora disconnection, but Burna Choi's antagonism and superiority. Black Americans felt talked down to instead of included. Even though I understood the point he was trying to make, it is hard to take his genuine concern of building a bridge when only a few months later in an interview with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, Burna Boy claimed that the genre that he is primarily known for has no substance. He said, Afrobeats as people call it, it's mostly about nothing, literally nothing. There's no substance to it.
For them, 90% of them have almost no real life experiences that they can.
That man's looking at you like, are you serious? This is what made you big. This is what people know you for. We only know you for Afro music, and you're gonna say it has no substance? You have no substance then.
Understand, which is why you hear most of Nigerian music, or I'll say African music, I don't even know what to say, Afrobeats as people call it. It's mostly about nothing. Literally nothing. There's no substance to it. Like nobody's talking about anything. It's just a great time. It's an amazing time. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, life is not an amazing time. Do you know what I mean? No matter how nice you want of a time you're having now or you had at some point.
Seems like we made the wrong man famous. I'm getting tired of even watching this man speak because he's just.
Or you plan to have, yeah, you're still going to face life.
Yeah.
And
if I'm lying.
Exactly. So it's like for me, I feel like music should be that. Music should be the essence of the artist. You understand?
A comment that angered fellow artists, producers, and fans across Africa led to a much belated apology and explanation in 2025, in which he gave a very much word-salad response by saying,
"You could check it from my first ever interview. You see that I said I do Afrofusion, right? And why did I do that? It was because when I first got to Nigeria, I realized that this music I'm making is not what everybody. It's like there was almost no place for it at home. I had to create my own place for it. That now became a place where people who had nowhere else to go would come to. That's when I gave birth to, they now call it the Alta movement. I didn't understand why everybody just wanted my music to be inside one box. You don't put me in Afrobeats like that. You are now comparing Socrates to Kendrick Lamar. Why? Because they both say two things that rhyme, so now they must be rappers? I didn't understand that we needed an umbrella for what we're doing to actually get somewhere. In order for us to be on the same level as R&B and hip-hop, like hip-hop was already established before they started doing trap. So I didn't really come to terms with that part until I started seeing the reaction the division was causing. I now got the whole point of the Afrobeats tag.
Yeah,
if I understood this then, I would have gone about it differently. Why would I want to distress something I'm building? I totally get it, and I apologize for that confusion.
It's one thing to differentiate Afrofusion from Afrobeats, but to insult an entire genre, including the artist that built that very foundation that made him, it was very off-putting, and it came across as ungrateful and wildly disrespectful to the culture he claims to represent worldwide.
100%.
In April 2025, Burna Boy posted a series of condescending Instagram stories dismissing Nigerian charts and insulting Nigerian fans. He wrote, "Dear artists, don't let Twitter polls and Niger's social media fans deceive you. They won't fill up any stadium for you in any part of the world." He went on to say that 1 million Nigerian streams equals 300, 400 naira, 1 million UK streams equals 3,000, 4,000 pounds, 1 million US streams equals $3,000, $4,000, and 1 million Euro streams equals 3,000, 4,000 euros. Your song being #1 on any streaming platform in Nigeria is not something to celebrate. Aim higher or do other business on the side. I type with love. # no sign of weakness. I don't know why in his head he thought this was constructive criticism.
What?
At this point in the video, it just seems the way Burna talks about anything Nigerian related, it is with a hypocritical tone that suggests contempt and not connection. Fast forward to his latest incident in November 2025, which occurred during his No Sign of Weakness US tour. Things went downhill very fast. It started at his Colorado show, where Burna Boy stopped the show to call out a woman who appeared to be sleeping and demanded that she and her partner be removed from the venue, and then proceeded to restart the performance like nothing happened.
So when I stand up here and I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me, it pisses me the fuck off, man. You understand? So please take that the fuck home. Yeah? Fast now. Take her home, take her home, take her home. Bro, I'm not doing no more song until you take her home. Real life. Man, take me the fucking piss, man.
It's like he always, it's a repetitive cycle. He's always going in on his fans. He's always, I don't understand. She probably would have woke up when he started performing, but she didn't even perform for her.
Bro, hurry up, man. One lie, I'm not doing another song to you, bro. One lie.
After the concert, Burna Boy jumped on Instagram Live and seemingly and jokingly said, "Did I tell you all to be my fans? I'm only looking for fans who have money this period."
Zero peso, man. We are no limit for this. What are you looking for? I tell you, me come out of my fans.
Soon after, Burna Boy took to, what do you think, boys and girls? His Instagram story, of course, to respond to the backlash he immediately received by saying,
I understand the agenda against me, and I came to terms with it a long time ago, so my skin is
There's no agenda. You're just an a-hole that has money, and people like you because you're music. There's no agenda. You're causing this for yourself.
bulletproof at this point. I wasn't going to address this, but if you make the pilot uncomfortable in a plane you bought a ticket for, you will be deboarded or arrested as soon as you land. You pay school fees, but you will be kicked out of class if you make it uncomfortable for the teacher to do
You're not the president. You make music, and you can get sent.
his job. My shows have people who have beaten cancer or overcame something very serious, etc. And none of them have ever slept, LOL. I leave my soul on every stage I get on, even if it's only 10 people in the attendance, and I would gladly be canceled.
I get it. I would be upset, too, if someone was sleeping at my performance. But it seems like you always have... You're always late. They said you were 6 hours late. 5 hours late, then you're kicking people out. What do you expect? And they still waited for you, and regardless if they're sleeping or not, they bought a ticket to come and see you. You have to understand, the working class people don't have money like that. So if they spent money to come and see you and you kick me out, like, are you serious? You're just a dirty slime ball.
So if we are now in a world where you could treat me like a stripper, slap my and tell me to keep dancing because you throw $100 at me.
In regards to the viral video, Burna Boy saying he is only looking for fans who have money, he said,
by the way, I was joking around with my band about something else, not necessarily this situation. Y'all have spun it as the usual saying, Burna Boy doesn't love his fans. If you hate me so much, either kill me or leave me alone. I'm fighting my own battles and I never come out here to look for pity or help. I love who loves me and respect who respects me. Free Sudan, free Congo, free Nigeria. He went on to say that, I sincerely apologize if I'm wrong. I'm not always right, but I feel right about this. Anyway, I'm just human, so F me. They never post any of the good I do in this world, but they go wild and viral when they feel I finally effed up. I've seen people who never even acknowledged my existence before now posting how this is not cool or writing think pieces on me now.
At this point, the damage was already done, and fans or former fans commenced their dragging on social.
I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, when you're constantly being an a-hole, what did he expect people to receive? I never seen you other than for the music, the Afro music, which you say has no substance, and that's all I've ever seen you for. And now you're going in on your people, man. That's not cool.
Social media and on Ticketmaster.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The result.
He should have just shut up and play and been an artist. You're not a politician. You're not a spokesman. We don't want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear your music.
Oh, was videos of near empty seats at his Houston show that circulated. Soon after, 2 days of his concert scheduled for November 28th and December 1st in Minneapolis and Chicago had been officially canceled due to low sales and the backlash. The young woman who was the one that got kicked out of the concert spoke out online to explain what she was going through at that time, in which she said,
I am the girl that was kicked out of the show last night. I don't even know where to begin, but that was very embarrassing and humiliating to myself and my boyfriend. Burna Boy could have handled that situation better than that. He had no idea what was going on.
She says, I was mentally and physically and emotionally drained since my daughter's dad had passed, and I still came to his show. I told you, she came to support him, and you just kicked me out? Like, bro,
on with me, and he didn't even care to ask if I was okay. I have been mentally, physically, and emotionally drained since my daughter's dad passed away, and I came to the show to put a smile on my face after everything that has happened. It took forever to come out, and I was tired. We paid to be there, and if I wanted to close my eyes and sleep, I can do that. It is my money that I wasted, not his.
Yeah.
And for all of you in the comment section being nasty, how about showing kindness, because you never know what someone else is going through.
Yes.
During this whole ordeal, I saw tweets that said, Burna Boy might be one of the most disappointing superstars we've had in a long time. When you know your core audience is largely international, how do you behave like that and make no real effort to correct it? What kind of self-destruction do we call this? And another
He self-destructed and then he blamed it on everybody else. He did this to himself.
person that said, Burna Boy will serve as a lesson to all those artists who have the misfortune of forgetting that they owe their rise to their fans and that mutual respect is not negotiable. It was about time he understood that his condescending attitude will be his downfall.
100%.
5 concerts canceled, perfect. And another person that said,
This Burna Boy situation is wild. You
And
think
then-
America is Nigeria? You disrespect your fans at home?
So the funniest part about this whole situation is he just said that he wants his fans, the fans that have money, to come to his concert. Now your fans aren't coming. Now the people that had money and don't have money, they're not even coming. It doesn't make sense. You just blew your bag. Now you lost 3-4 shows just for talking. You should have been. If I was him, and I came here and I know I'm not from America, I would have been grateful that I even had this opportunity to be a superstar in America. Come on now, you're come on. You gotta take notes from the other superstars.
And now you've carried that same attitude to the US. Let me tell you, over here, they will cancel you without mercy. No second chances. You have no right telling anyone not to sleep at your show. If they sleep, they pay for their ticket. Your job is to perform, collect your money, and leave the stage in peace. Some Nigerian artists really need to humble themselves. The same behavior you cannot try abroad is exactly what you do back home to your Nigerian fans. When people call it out, you act shocked, insult your fans. Respect is not hard. Now you're canceling tours because of low tickets. Fans are the reason you're even standing on that stage. Without them, there's no music, no fame, no tour.
Now, I'm not a big Burna Boy fan. I know he has hits, but most of what I hear about him is the disrespect, the arrogance, and the way he talks down to the same people who made him. While I'm not diving into his personal life here, the behavior we can see publicly paints a picture of someone who either lost his way or maybe never had it. He comes across as conflicted, insecure, and detached from any real sense of cultural appreciation or self-respect. It's one thing to critique your home country. It's another to insult your background, profit off of it, and then drag both your Nigerian supporters and your global fans
The only people that support him, it's crazy.
in the same breath. And when you mix that with condescension towards the diaspora, especially when your music is clearly influenced by Black American culture, people are going to feel disrespected. At the end of the day, fans spend their hard-earned money to attend shows, buy merch, stream albums, and support artists.
Yes.
If you treat them like they're disposable, eventually they'll treat you the same way.
Because you are.
And the cancellations, the empty seats, the backlash we're seeing now is proof that Burna Boy's ego, insecurity, and constant antagonism might be the downfall of his career. Because no matter how talented you are, the disrespect will always come back around, and right now, it looks like we're finally seeing it catch up to him. Please let me know what you think of Burna Boy's most recent incident,
I didn't know
or any
all
of the
this.
incidents we discussed today.
Yeah,
Do you
man.
think Burna Boy's controversies are finally catching up to him, or is this just another temporary backlash? Do you think the diaspora conversation, Nigeria, Black Americans, Pan-African identity,
So I think it's fixable. Like, I don't think it's that bad. I know he really did mess up by showing his fans that he doesn't care about like them. But I think he needs to just start taking some notes from the other superstars and just stop giving your public opinion that much. No one cares about your public opinion. You're not a lawyer. You're not a teacher. We don't care. You do music. Do your music. Show up on time and go home. Alright, y'all. It's my third video of the day. If you don't know me, I'm Awaken Romeo the Great. I make music, I do TikTok, and now I make content. I love y'all boys. Pray for y'all boys. Make sure you eat, rest up, and take care of yourselves. See y'all on the next one. Peace.
What I do, I'm the living truth, the living proof. You could be whatever. Never wanted fame, I wanted racks. Always wanted cheddar. You could try and steal my swag, but I'ma always do it better. Never let them tell you never. I've been so locked in, I'm on the grind. I could do this for